This is going to be a video to teach you how to find what's called an empirical formula. Empirical formulas are also called simplest formulas. And so if I had a formula for, well, I won't go there right now. I would like to go over the steps to finding an empirical formula, and I have a couple of examples to show you. And so the steps that I have listed are something that you can use on all tests and quizzes. And here's how we go about finding a simplest formula, which is defined as the smallest whole number ratio of atoms. The first thing you're going to do when you approach a simplest formula problem is you're going to usually be given, like in problem A, you're going to be given the grams or the percentages of the elements in a particular formula. So in the case of sample problem A, this formula is composed of hydrogen, phosphorus, and oxygen. Your goal is to find the formula that contains those three elements. And so step number one says, how many grams do you have given for each element? If amounts are given as percentages, each percentage would be the number of grams for each element. In other words, change the percent sign to grams. Well, in sample problem A, there are no percent signs, so I don't have to worry about it. I'm already ready to go. I go on to step two. Divide the grams of each element by that element's molar mass. Molar mass comes from the periodic table, so it'll be the atomic mass or atomic weight of each element. Keep at least 4 decimal places for each division made. These are the moles of each element in the formula. And so I'm going to write down each of those gram amounts. 0.3086 grams hydrogen, 3.161 grams of phosphorus, and 6.531 grams of oxygen. It says to divide each of them by the element's molar mass. So I go to the periodic table. The molar mass, depending on what periodic table you're looking at, for hydrogen is about 1. Again, I want to keep all of the decimals in the molar mass. I don't want to round those molar masses at all. And I'm going to divide through 0.3086 by 1.0079. And I do the same thing for phosphorus. Find its molar mass on the periodic table, divide the grams given in the problem by the molar mass on the periodic table. And again for oxygen. The grams of oxygen given in the problem divided by the mass of oxygen from the periodic table. What I'm going to be given, or what I'm going to get, are these three values, 0.3062, 0.1021, 0.4082. You might want to pause the video and see if those are the actual values. These are quantities of moles for hydrogen, phosphorus, and oxygen. I look, and step 3 up here says, now divide each of the calculated number of moles that you just got for the problem by the smallest number of moles. So 0.3062, 0.1021, 0.4082. Which one is the smallest? It's 0.1021. So notice that I divide each of my moles by 0.1021. And for hydrogen, I get 2.99. If it's so close to the next number, I can round up. So I can round that up to 3 because I want whole numbers in my formula. I don't want decimals. 0.1021 divided by itself is 1. And 0.4082 divided by 0.1021 is 3.99. So I have these whole numbers. What do they tell me? They tell me the number of each of the types of atoms in my formula. So because this was hydrogen, in my formula it'll be H3. Remember, formulas, the numbers in formulas are subscripts. Phosphorus would have the subscript of 1. Well, we don't usually put the subscript of 1. And oxygen would have a subscript of 4. So this is actually my answer. My answer is going to be a formula. And it's a very cookie cutter kind of problem where you go through the same steps for any simplest formula or empirical formula problem. A little bit different situation arises in letter B. Letter B, they give us percentages. And so I just changed the percent sign to grams. So I have 72.2 grams of magnesium and 27.8 grams of nitrogen. Step 2 again said that we want to divide the grams of each element by that element's molar mass. Keep at least 4 decimal places. So I divide the 72.2 grams of Mg by its molar mass from the periodic table, and I do the same for nitrogen. Step 3 says take the values that you get for moles, which one is the smallest number. In this case, I only have 2 to pick from. It's 1.9847. What do I do with it? I divide each of my numbers that I've just calculated by that smallest number. And in this case, I get 1.49 and 1. Well, if I get a number, if you go back up here, it says step 4, after you've divided by the smallest number of moles, if any of your results are close, that's supposed to be close to 0.5. Please change that to 0.5. If any of your results are close to 0.5, multiply each of your numbers by 2. See, we could ignore step 4 for problem A because we didn't have to worry. They were so close to the next number that we could just round up. It also says if any of your results are close to, oh goodness sakes, another typo, 0.25 or 0.75, multiply all of the numbers in number 3 by 4. And if any of your results are close to 0.33 or 0.66, then you multiply each of your numbers by 3. So I go down here. This is really close to 1.5. It's just 0.1 or 0.01 away from it. So I can round that up to 1.5. And what did it say? If any of my numbers are close to, this is supposed to be a 0.5, multiply each of your numbers by 2. And so I'm trying to get rid of the decimal. I don't want a decimal in my formula. 1.49 is close to 1.5 because 0.5 is 1/2. If we multiply by 2, we will get rid of the decimal. So I take 1.49 times 2, that gives me 3. And I take 1 times 2, and that gives me 2. So my formula, we call it a simplest or empirical formula for MG3, and for this problem is MG3N2. For the remaining problems, you'll follow the exact same steps. You'll see that the answers are in parentheses, and you have to show how you get your answer. Just writing down the answer will get you 0 points. So you want to go through the steps. There's not enough room, so you will need notebook paper, and you want to show all of your steps for how you get the following formulas. If you have any questions, please ask. If your answer doesn't agree with the answer I've given, come up, double check. Let's go through it and see why not.